Hello everyone, this is MathewV21688. Joining me are two other Skype guests in the forms of BenS71287 and RoboRager1. This is my 32nd episode of Card Sharks, in which I am the returning champion with $6,600, dethroning Larry 4009, who elected $32,400. And this time I've elected to go up against BenS71287, or Comedy Guy 08 returns. If you saw the last question, I had shared with Ben one of the most surprisingly funny questions of all time.
Any pimping in the mix company?
Yeah, that's what it was, folks. Anyways, we all know how to play, so let's get to this thing. First question goes to me. We asked 100 bachelors, did you have to change your number because a woman wouldn't stop calling you? How many of them said yes? Well, oh my gosh, I can only think of that time with what happened to Aubrey, and but I won't go into detail on that. What I am going to do is I'm going to say that has to be a high number, because if a woman keeps calling you, especially when it starts to get pretty irritating, I'm going to have to say that's going to be high. I'm going to say, let's go for 42 of them. 42 of 100 bachelors said they had to change the number because a woman wouldn't stop calling them. Ben, do you think that's higher or lower than 42?
And Aubrey isn't the only one who had that.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Ooh.
And I won't go into details as well. I would say lower.
Going lower. If it is lower, Ben, you'll play your cards. If it is 42 or higher, I will play mine. The actual number of these bachelors had to change their number because a woman wouldn't stop calling them is 11. It is lower indeed. Ben, your base card is an 8. 7 plus 1.
Change.
When you win the question, you can change the base card, and the 8 becomes a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. Sorry about that, guys. The camera shut off on me. But the next question goes to Ben. Ben, we asked 100 policewomen, did you have to wrestle a suspect to the ground? How many of these policewomen said yes, they had to wrestle a suspect to the ground?
35.
35 of 100 policewomen said they wrestled a suspect to the ground. Do I think that's higher or lower? Well, suspects can tend to be pretty devious, especially if the police officer is a man or a woman. But I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. I think women are stronger than they look. The actual number of these policemen who said they had to wrestle a suspect to the ground is 72. It is much higher. Oh. The base card is an 8. 7 plus 1. I'll change it. Okay, and the 8 becomes another 8. Oh, well. I'll say lower. Lower than an 8? A 5. Higher. Higher than a 5. A king. Lower. Lower than a king. A 10. Freeze. Putting me one card away from game number 2. First game number 1. Next question goes to me. We asked 100 bachelors who are being kept by a woman, did you buy a gift for your woman the last time she came for her money? How many of these bachelors said that they did buy a gift for her the last time? Did you buy a woman a gift for her when it came from your money? How many of them said yes? I'm going to have to say that's got to be pretty high. I'm going to say 61. 61 of 100 bachelors said the last time they bought a gift for a woman came from their money. Ben, higher or lower than 61? 6-1.
Lower.
Going lower. The actual number of these bachelors has bought a woman a gift with their own money is 44. It is lower. Ben, you have your 9.
Change.
Okay. Let me see if we make a good one. The 9 becomes a 10.
Bad change. Lower.
Lower than a 10? A 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5? A 9. Putting us one card away from game 1. This is the fourth and final question. So I must win on display the cards. And Ben, that question goes to you. Ben, we asked 100 U.S. congressmen, would you be in favor of drafting women as well as men? How many of these congressmen said they would be in favor of drafting women as well as men?
Gee, this is appropriate for politics. Because the election is November 6th. The election is around the corner, kiddies. Cube. Let's go with 32.
32 of 100 U.S. congressmen said they'd be in favor of drafting women as well as men. Do I think that's higher or lower? Drafting a woman would obviously have better ideas, because although my dad seems to be politically a step ahead of everyone, I'm going to have to say a little bit lower. The actual number of these congressmen who said they would be in favor of drafting women as well as men is 47. It is higher indeed. It's higher, not lower. Now, Ben, here's the situation. You have a base card of a 9. I have a base card of a 10. You both need one card for game number 1. But you won the questions. You can change the 9 or play it, or you can pass it to me, and I have to play off my 10.
Pass.
Okay, I have to play off my 10. I'll say lower. Lower than a 10. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. Camera shut off again. But I went higher. I went lower on a 10, and unfortunately it was an ace. So Ben took the first game. And the first question goes to me. We asked 100 people, did you get bored and fall asleep at your own party? How many of these people said they did get bored and fall asleep at their own party? Oh my gosh. Getting bored at your own party would have to be a super rarity, a super rare occurrence. So I think that's going to be a pretty low number. I'm going to say 17. 17 of 100 people said they got bored and fell asleep at their own party. Ben, do you think that's high? Sorry guys, it did it again. And Ben, you were going to say it is 17 was my answer, and higher or lower than 17?
Higher.
Okay. The actual number of these people who got bored and fell asleep at their own party is 25. It is higher. And Ben, your base card is an 8. 7 plus 1.
I was going to say, join the tournament and a life in their own party. I'm going to change the 8.
Okay. Let's see if we make a good change here. The 8 is now a 5.
Higher.
Okay. Higher than a 5. A queen. Sorry guys, I've had some pretty bad camera batteries, but Ben, you got a queen?
And I'll say lower.
Lower than a queen?
No.
Oh no, a king.
Ouch.
Break for me. It's a king, I gotta play it. Lower. Lower than a king? A jack. Lower. Lower than a jack? A 5. Higher. Higher than a 5. A 10. Lower. For the second game, lower? Yes, a 6. And I take game number 2. We're going to sudden death. And 3 cards be dealt out. Whoever wins this game will get to go to the money cards for $32,000, and the question goes to Ben. Ben, we asked 100 single women, would you hire a detective on your fiancé to prove he's faithful? Did you have to hire a detective on your fiancé to prove he's faithful? How many of these 100 single women said they did hire a detective on their fiancé to prove he's faithful?
What? Are you joking?
No, unfortunately I'm not. But that is cold.
This is harsh. Good thing my brother wasn't involved on that. To chew a mouthful thinking to get married. I'm gonna go a little bit low on this. 23.
23 of 100 single women said they would hire a detective on their fiancé to prove he's faithful. Do I think that's higher or lower? Okay, that is just plain harsh. Let me tell you, that is just plain harsh and cold. I think it's going to be even lower. The actual number of these single women who would hire a detective to prove he's faithful is 11. It is lower. My card is a 6. I'll change it. Changing that 6. It is a 4. Higher than a 4. A 9. Lower. Lower than a 9? A 4! And I take the... Sorry guys, I've just been dealing with some bad batteries. But I defeated Ben, and I will come back for another game, but we'll bring Ben back for another episode. We'll get to the money cards, seeing as I'm low on juice. For $200 to start off with, a 5. You know what? I'm going to bet it all, and I'm going to take the 5 and go all a bit higher. Higher than a 5, an 8. 7 plus 1. I'll change it with number 3. Okay, let's see if we can make a good change. It's a 7. Oh. I'm going to go $50 higher. $50. Sorry guys, I've been dealing with bad batteries. But I'm going to bet it all higher on a 3. It's a 9. Well, that's a 700. We'll move it to the next row. I have an extra $400. I have $1,100 and a 9. I'll change it with number 2. Okay, let's see if we can make a good change here. It's a 10. Oh. I'm going to say $100 lower. $100 lower than a 10. A 4. All but higher. $1,200 higher than a 4. A queen. All of it lower. All of it lower than a queen. A 9. I'm at the big bet. I must bet at least $2,400 on a 9. I'll change it with number 1. And it's another 9. You know what? No guts, no glory. All of it lower. Oh boy. Sorry guys, I've just been having a lot of bad batteries lately. And been using these same ones. But I did make, I went all of it lower on a 9, and it was good. It was a 4. I ended up with $9,600, and a total of over $16,000. So now I have one chance at a $50,000 jackpot, and I'm going to do it with number 5. Is it there? No. 2. So our jackpot's going to be worth $60,000 next time, and I'll take on a new opponent when we come back. When we come back for episode 33.